it's Bunny, and today we're going to be answering a question that literally no one has ever asked before, which is, can you dye hair with Halloween candy? I have about 20 to 30 different types of Halloween candy, and we are going to attempt to make hair dye out of each and every one of these candies. Who knows what this wig will look like by the time we're done with it. It might be rainbow, completely multicolored, magical. It might just turn out like a weird sludge kind of color. I've seen a ton of people take Kool-Aid and actually dye their hair with it. So I thought to myself, hey, if people can do this with Kool-Aid, could you do it with other kinds of like food and candies? So I have this brand new head of human hair. This was meant to be a 12-inch wig, but it looks a lot longer, right? Right? What we obviously have to do is make the dye, since we can't just rub a solid starburst onto a strand of hair. That would be pretty magical and very, very messy if you could do that. We're gonna be adding vinegar to each of these little cups of candy. That basically drains all of the color out of the candy. We're gonna be liquefying the candies to a certain degree. And then I'm gonna be taking all of the dyes and I'm gonna be adding it to a base for dye or a conditioner for dye. We're gonna be just marinating those two things together. Let's get started. Up first, I've got these grape flavored Pop Rocks. They're like solid in there. Oh my God, they melted underneath the lights. Hopefully the vinegar will bring them back to life. This reminds me of Easter egg dyeing. Let's get a little ASMR there. We have one of my all-time favorite candies. It's kind of like Kool-Aid. I think maybe I could just mix this into the conditioner. Up next are actually these adorable candies from Japan, and I have two different types. These, which are adorable little ghosts. I have these that are orange and they're jack-o'-lanterns. I don't think every candy is gonna have promising results. I think some are really gonna work and some might not even make any kind of usable dye at all. We have two different types of nerds. Pink nerds, which are strawberry, and purple grape nerds. Nerds! Up next, I have Kool-Aid. One of the ones that I don't really think is gonna work very well, but I still wanted to try because on a lot of Halloween candy lists, it says Starburst is like a super big time favorite. So I thought, hey, let's try and dye some hair with them. I don't know how I feel about these. They are Red Hots. I probably couldn't even stand to eat Red Hots, honestly. How hot is a Red Hot?
Not hot.
Not hot! Oh, but I think everything is spicy. Two different types of warheads. The blue raspberry. This is actually black cherry, but they kind of look purple. You guys have to tell me which flavor of warhead you think is the most sour. Honestly, everybody's favorite must be the blue raspberry because I feel like out of the whole bag, you got so many more blue ones versus any other color. Candy that I really think is gonna work well, and that is Skittles. And I have three different colors, green, orange, and blue. These are Haribo, I believe they're called the Scare Mix, but they are gummies in these cute little Halloween shapes. I think that these little blobs are meant to be bats, jack-o'-lanterns, and then, oopsie, I don't know what the yellow ones are. Oh, they're skulls. These are another type of candy from Japan, and these are actually like a mystery candy, so they look super cute. They're a Halloween specialty item. I don't really know what color of dye they would make because I think that they can either be grape, lemon, or cola flavored. As you're eating them for a while, the different layers of the candy start to change color. The next candy I have on here is the Sparkle Gel, and I'm just gonna try and apply this directly to the hair. It almost looks like hair dye. Up next is this funky Captain Crunch cereal. These pieces specifically turn your milk green. Ooh, it's like really glowing green down there now. Up next is a bunch of M&M minis, and I thought that these would be really successful too, like Skittles, so I picked out pretty much every single color. We have green, orange, blue, yellow, and last but not least, red. One of my personal favorite types of Halloween candy, but I think like Starburst, maybe these are not gonna work too well. They are dots. 3 types of blow pops. So these are the kind of lollipops that have gum in the center. Lollipops from the brand Chupa Chups. These are like zombie skulls and they have these brains, which in real life, it's kind of like a yellowy green color. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what these look like once we make the dye out of them. I have a bunch of different Monster Mash sprinkles. I tried to separate out some of the colors so that this one would maybe make an all blue and purple shade. This is just like how it comes in the container. These actually have eyeballs. So they are orange, black, gray, and eyeballs, and then I just separated some eyeballs. Let's see what those do. I really did not think that the eyes would do anything, but look at that. Okay, the solid color sprinkles I think looked really good. Up next are some that I'm not too sure about again, but I wanted to try them. Once again, these are a Japanese Halloween candy. These are mystery flavored jelly beans. Up next are a bunch of candies that I think we should have success with, and that is bottle caps and sweet tarts. Up next is the most classic of all Halloween candies, candy corn. Sour punch straws. Up next is a candy that I have been wanting to try all year. These are like the TikTok famous candies, which are called Juicy Gel. I literally cannot believe people were biting into these on TikTok. Like, these have a pretty thick skin. Like, how are people doing that with their teeth? All right, I think we have enough Juicy Gel. Next is a very weird candy. These are called Bloody Bites. I think you're meant to like squirt the packet in your mouth and then put the fangs in there and like, grrr, like, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, so much thicker than I thought. The very last candy, I am just so excited to unwrap this and see what's going on here. I think that these are very popular in the, how do you say it, mukbang? I don't know how to pronounce that word. They come in a lot of different styles. Like, these are called Pop Eyes, but they also have ones that look like soccer balls and some that look like planets. Ew! Oh my God, it feels like snot. I thought it was gonna be a marshmallow. Oh, it smells amazing though. And see, ew! Oh, that is so gross. It smells like jam. There is something so satisfying about just squeezing these eyeballs. They are so sticky. They do look really cool in this cup. I'm pretty impressed overall with this vinegar candy process. Even a lot of the candies that I didn't think would do anything. Look at the candy corn. I really do think that enough of it hopefully dissolved and it left behind this really beautiful orange. We have at least something there. They dissolved somewhat. Do you see the starburst? This is like a totally disgusting mess, but look at that color. Some of the coolest candy transformation, I have to say, is the jelly beans. They look like they started to actually like lose their shells. I didn't know jelly beans had shells. Let's go ahead and just experiment with these lollipops. I'm gonna just pour some of this mixture in there. Oh my gosh, is this my eyelash just like leaving? I've laughed so much tonight while filming this. I've like laughed my eyelashes off. Bye-bye. This isn't technically a conditioner. I'm just calling it a conditioner for lack of better hair dyeing terminology. I'm not a professional here. Through process of trial and error, I just learned what I have to do to make this work. And that is to add just little bits of candy to the conditioner at a time, because at first I added way too much candy. It's separated, and no matter how much I stir it, it just keeps separating. I cannot make like a nice, you know, spreadable cream candy dye. That's the point of adding the liquid candies to the conditioner, is so that it makes it like something that's more like a hair dye, something that you can actually leave on the hair for a long period of time so that hopefully we get maximum pigment being left behind on the hair. And it also makes something that's like a manageable mixture that we can apply to the hair. So I'm just going through very slowly adding little bits of candy to the conditioner and then stirring it up. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure some of the shades are gonna come out more like this, which is a nice like red pastel. And then I'm sure some of the candies are gonna turn out way brighter. So this was the Blow Pops. I keep wanting to call them Tootsie Pops, but these have gum inside of them. So for the candy corn, I still just left a couple of chunks of candy corn in there to further dissolve and make the dye a little bit brighter. Day 2. We ended up taking a break on this project last night because editing makes this process seem like it only takes about 10 to 15 minutes, but we filmed for over 12 hours yesterday, not including like all of the behind the scenes preparatory work. So this has been an undertaking. Yeah, everybody say hello to our beautiful assistant today, Belinda. I ended up making 54, because I wrote it here on my hand, 54 different cups of dye. Some of these dyes down here, they look like they're gonna be very successful, and some of them I literally don't think that it's gonna do anything. But either way, I think it's about to be an extremely sticky mess, and we're probably gonna ruin this wig. But hey, in the name of science. Also, you guys, look at my eyes. Look at my special eyes. Do they even do that commercial anymore? We're like, look at my special eyes. Yeah, I think I had a reaction to whatever makeup I was wearing yesterday. Or maybe it's because literally we kept cracking up so much while we were filming. I was literally laughing last night until there were tears running down my face. I woke up today and my eyes were like so puffy. I looked like a dog that ate a bee or something really horrible like that. Luckily, thanks to Advil, the swelling has gone down, but I still just look like a mess. I was like, I wanted to do like another makeup look today, and I'm like, hey, there's no way, look at me. I also feel like I have no concept of like how small the sections need to be. I'm also like literally not sectioning anything. I'm just grabbing little pieces willy-nilly. Where do those phrases come from? Willy-nilly. Who's Willy? I feel like I should give a super big shout out right now to another creator who heavily inspired this video. I have been loving her hair videos lately. Her name is Pretty Pastel Please. She dyed her hair using like 16 different shades of pink dye. It was just like A++ content. And so that's where I got the idea to section and like put like 50 different types of something in hair. You guys should definitely go check her video out. And now I literally want to do that video, but with like blue hair dye. Cause like, I don't know if I've ever said this before, but if I was ever gonna dye my hair like a super fun color, I feel like I would pick blue. Even though I feel like I've said that before, but I've said green. I don't know. I really like green and I really like blue, and I'll probably literally never do either. I am back. I've got a system figured out, because what I was thinking is once we put all of the candies in the hair, like they're all gonna look like various shades of red and green and purple and blue. How are we gonna know what candy dyed what section of hair? So what I started doing behind the scenes was I made a little label for each of the different candies, and I'm just gonna tape these little labels around each section of the wig, and that way we will know what section I put Kool-Aid in, what section I put Smarties in, and so on and so forth, and then we will actually be able to see what candy dyed what piece of hair best. The thing that I'm gonna do first is the Kool-Aid. I really think that this is gonna be absolutely the best performing. Oh, that's pretty. This is a tropical punch flavor of Kool-Aid. Look at this. It was only on there for 5 seconds. I just vigorously scrubbed them. At least they still smell like tropical punch. So there's a hidden, what did they call it? A silver lining in every cloud. This is the bloody blood fang. Look at that. It's like red gelatinous snot. I don't think blood is like this slimy. This is gonna be so disgusting. Oh, it's dripping. Because that's my next greatest plan, is that I'm gonna leave this sitting overnight so that maximum dyeing can happen. This is so sticky. This is such a bad idea. See, last night I thought that this was gonna be super cute to like leave the candies in the cups to like disintegrate more and possibly add more color to the dye. And now I am really regretting that choice, understanding how sticky and disgusting I have now made every single cup of dye. This is that zombie lollipop, and so I think that the zombie brains smelled like lemon. Yep, smells like lemon. Lemons and hair dye. I don't even know, is this gonna do anything? I thought that this is one of like the more like pigmented looking dyes. Last night I thought it was gonna be a great and wonderful idea to just leave some M&M candies like with the chocolate inside in there overnight, and now I'm gonna have to reach my hand into a cup of semi-melted red chocolate candy pieces. Can't say I'm looking forward to that. Ew. Oh, I just got a chocolate chip underneath my fingernail. Oh, the chocolate chips are falling onto the floor. I'm just smashing and smearing chocolate onto hair at this point. This is why I'm just laughing till I'm crying for 2 days straight now, because this is honestly, I thought that this was such a good idea, you guys. And now that I'm doing it, it's like that time I tried to do candy fingernails with Simply Nailogical. Only at that point did I realize I was just gluing candy onto my hand. Like, you cannot do a candy manicure. You're just gluing candy on your hand. Spray 1 is completely done. All of those dyes are in. Let's use the term dye very loosely. We are gonna do a rainbow spectrum. That way the colors, like if they do add some pigment to the wig, it'll be like cohesive in some manner. Up next is a more promising one, I think. This is the orange M&Ms, but once again, with my special ingredient, half melted chocolate. It kind of did make the color richer, because let's do a side-by-side comparison. That's the M&Ms without the chocolate. This looks like it's gonna hopefully work better. I don't know. The magic ingredient is chocolate. Something's happening. I'm so excited. I feel like it's been so long since I've had anything that looks like it's gonna do anything. I think this next one is gonna be really good. I think that this is gonna be our next Kool-Aid, is the frosting. Just because I feel like frosting like just kind of naturally stains things. I'm actually like concerned now, like 90% of the way through with this project, that this is actually not gonna wash out of this hair. Got to move on to the next color of our rainbow, which honestly now I feel like we are moving into like possibly some, you know, better options here, because all of the green ones I feel like turned out, maybe not that one. That one is disgusting, you guys. That's cereal. Green Skittles. This one looks really promising, so if it does nothing, I'm gonna be really disappointed. Oh, it looks so bright in the cup. I do not understand. I've been looking at this with confusion for like the last 30 minutes because I thought that this was just the eye sprinkles, but this is actually the eye sprinkles, but all the colors included. So I do think that there was like some green and some black sprinkles in there. It's like a beautiful dark forest green. Now I really think that the sprinkles are absolutely gonna deposit color, because this was something else that was like really staining my hands when I was trying to like separate out like just the eyeballs or just the blue ones, just the purple ones. This is like painting. Come on, blue sprinkles, don't let me down. This is like the least impressive of all the sprinkles. Oh no, I saved this for the front too, because all the rest of the sprinkles have been really pigmented. I mean, it's like pastel blue.
That doesn't look bad.
I'm just now looking at how horrible this looks. It's really all coming together for me now. Like really how actually silly this entire concept was. But hey, you know what? If it would have turned out great, what would we all be saying? Still don't rub candy in your hair. Okay, come on, blue sweethearts. Don't let me down. Oh, the most pigmented of all Sweet Tart shades. Is that this? I should have put this at the very front because this is the Monster Mash sprinkles with all of the colors. Oh, yay. I'm shocked how like green this looks. Up next is probably not gonna do anything, but it's like so disgusting. You guys, this was one of those ones that just did not blend well at all. This is the Juicy Jelly. Oh God, this is nasty. It's like some kind of like frothy. It's not doing anything. That is a big pile of disappointment there. Thought that this one would be like more promising somehow. Look, there's little ghosts in there. Oh, it's so cute. We've got a purple ghost in the house. I don't know why I thought hard candy would be like super effective. Now I know for next time. Yeah, that's not doing anything. You guys, I don't think one purple one is gonna work. One last piece of hair. Oh, this is the one we were placing bets on. You thought that the purple nerds were gonna do better, and I thought the purple bottle caps would do better. I think they both equally suck, if I'm being honest. I don't think anything is happening here. Look at this cup of eyeballs. Up next in our recipe of madness, we're gonna bake it at 450 degrees for 8 hours. I finally got one of these things, which is just something I've always wanted in my life.
I think you actually like rest your head up in there, yeah.
Oh, it's on a timer! Whoa! Maximum heat. Like, I thought it was gonna be like, you know? Like, I thought I could use this sometimes for like glamour shots and like point it up at myself and be like, you know? Like, I wanted it to be like that. I'm really shocked. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the exciting 3-part conclusion of whatever this is. Whatever it's gonna be. I don't know. What's it gonna be when it grows up? The front of it looks good. The back of it, not so good. It's day 3 of this crazy train process. You know, normally when I do something crazy or ill-advised on the internet, I'm always like, hey boys and ghouls, don't try this at home. But I feel like just this process needs no explanation. There's nobody else on the face of the planet Earth who would ever attempt to do this. This is so disgusting. It does smell good though, by the way. So this room is sticky beyond the point of cleaning, possibly. Like everything I've touched in here today, every light, every surface is covered in a thick layer of stick, and now I am sticky. This goes without saying. Hey, just, you know, don't do this. Don't, please. I have left this sweet little baby overnight to marinate. I really just wanted to give all of these candies as much time as possible to deposit any sort of staining at all. And honestly, that's what I should have been calling this process the whole dang time, is not like, can I dye hair with candy? Can I make dye out of candy? But like, can I stain? Can I stain things with candy? Pretty much every candy on the back of her head here, it doesn't really look like it did anything. Like, it might have deposited the slightest little bit of staining, but I'm not sure if it's gonna look any different once we wash it out. I did try and strategically place these dyes so that hopefully like the face framing layers in the front of the wig, like hopefully we would be able to capture a different spectrum of all the colors of the rainbow. And I think hopefully at the end of the day, we will at least get that. Let's hit the showers and wash this baby up. It's like stuck. Oh my gosh. How am I ever gonna clean this mannequin? Why did I not think that that was gonna happen? The whole wig cap obviously is incredibly sticky. Will it be worth it in the end? Will we have any good results at all? It's shower time, apparently for me and the wig at the same time. Definitely these little labels here are gonna be too messy to keep in. So I think I'm just gonna be sliding all of these off because they have so much candy on them. I'm like squeezing it and I don't really see any more candy coloring coming out. And it feels soft again, like hair. So I'm actually hoping that even after I shampoo it, it'll still keep this beautiful color. We're back. This is what it looks like washed. And I wanted to go ahead and show you guys what the wig looked like wet before I dry it, because if you guys have ever dyed your hair at home or a salon or anything, you know that when your hair is wet, like your hair always appears darker than it will be once you dry it. So I wanted to show you guys what we're working with right now. Hopefully y'all can tell there are some cool strips of like faded color in here. This was some of the sprinkles, I believe. But yeah, I did have to cut off all the stuff because it was just so sticky and everything that there was like no hope. The wig cap is still somewhat stained. I mean, definitely Kool-Aid is the clear winner here. Some of the other red candies did deposit a little bit of color here and there. A lot of it really does look like it just washed out with like very minimal staining. I feel like when you look at it, you know, up close in real life, you can see the staining, but I feel like once we dry it, it might just honestly look the same as it did when we started. A challenger appears. Are you ready for a makeover? This entire process took approximately 5 days. There was a lot of behind the scenes trials and tribulations. This is what we got. Pretty much everything has washed out. Look at that. We have some very light staining left on top. That was definitely from the orange frosting. Of course, the Kool-Aid. Everything else, you guys can probably see. Very faint staining here and there where you can kind of pick up a little bit of blue, a suggestion of green. The ultimate answer to the question of, can you dye your hair with Halloween candy is no, but you can dye your hair with Kool-Aid. Ooh, maybe I should dye hair with Goo-Aid. You guys know like the special Halloween Kool-Aid? Even though I know like in the professional hair world, it is just like a big time no-no. And I think I've heard that there's like certain shades of Kool-Aid where it'll like turn your hair green or something after a couple of washes. I'm actually like really happy that it doesn't seem to have like damaged the wig in any other way. The hair doesn't feel like bad. You know what I mean? Like there's absolutely no stickiness left. Anyway, you guys, thank y'all so much for going on this wacky, crazy journey with me. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more wild and crazy, completely unrealistic hair tutorial. This is not a tutorial, don't do this. Hair videos. Let me know, have you ever tried to dye your hair with something besides hair dye? Kool-Aid, Sharpies, highlighters, markers, melted crayons? Let me know. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today and for watching. If you're not already and you'd like to be, hit the button down below. Subscribe, become a member of the Swamp family, and give an alligator its wings. I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all again very soon. Bye!